Yeah, welcome you, Taurus. The sun in Libra. And Libra is the justice. Libra is the preciseness. That's what Aleister Crowley says to this card. Nature is not just, nature is precise. Nature is so precise that we know with the waning and the waxing moon, the seasons, the sun, all these different movements that are happening up in the sky are affecting us down here. This is a big law. This is something we cannot escape. And still, we might be able to transcend it by becoming clearly, very clear thinking, very conscious. And this is what is highlighting you. The sun in Libra is highlighting the moon in your sign, Taurus. And so there are two institutional energies, both of them ruled by Venus. Libra is ruled by Venus and Taurus is ruled by Venus. And Venus is harmony. Venus is love. Venus is beauty. Venus is relationship. So these relationships are of a higher consciousness because this is the card number 11. And you are card number 5. You're the high priest. You are the movement. She is in stillness. The more still she is, the more she is able to hold herself in her own judgment, in her own equilibrium. And of course, we have nothing where she holds herself in. This is simply within you. The only thing that holds this posture is clear thinking, or literally no thinking. A clear sword, a clear thought that brings you to such a stillness that, of course, you're not falling over. And the idea is to see the influence of Libra to you, the combination of these two. This is happening only once a year. And this is a special moment because we only have this moment once a year. So you are the Hierophant, you are the movement. I painted, of course, the High Priestess also with the high mountain. We reach up, we look up, and we bow down with the Namaste coming into the forward bend. You, the Hierophant, is bowing down to the earth, to the institutions that become transparent, that are not encaging animals anymore, that are letting these animals be free. And of course, institutions, both of them hold institutions of law and justice. And these are institutions of bank and management or institutions, right? They all want your money. They all want your safety and pretend that this law, this man-made law, is supposed to be followed because it means a security to the people. And we don't know really, truly, if we would have not this law, if we would have naturally evolved like the native indigenous people, have no institutions, and still they know very clearly what to do with someone that's falling off the track. So the bowing down into the throat chakra, the pressing, right, here the blue scarf around the neck of the Hierophant, the energy that comes effortlessly down when we bow down. It's effortless. When we have to come back up, it's action. It's like the wand. Here the 5-pointed star of the pentagram, the number 5, and the bowing down to this symbol, to the one vav, the nail, the hook that hooks us into a spiritual practice, and he's teaching it to us. So as you can see, the 3 steps, the crown with the 3 steps, 1, 2, 3 steps to come up, and 1, 2, 3 steps to come down. Future is looking at the past, and the past is looking at the future. We're bowing down, and in the center, in this crossing, this is the path from spirit to matter and time and space circling around us. This is a path that we can walk. And so you can see that the movement, the bowing down, is something that is effortless to us when we are connecting with a deeper spiritual awareness and working with the earth. You are the King of Pentacles. The date is between April 10th and May 9th. If you have your birthday exactly in between those 2 dates, you can look in the description box below. Then you are the classical King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Now, there are changes. If the date is earlier, you have the Queen of Wands. If your date is after, you are the Knight of Swords. So just look in the description box one more time. Now, Libra is a cardinal sign which begins the fall now, and the Taurus is a fixed sign which is in the center of the spring. And the Taurus is always about, the second house is all about value, is all about how can I really bring a deep value, a deep connection to the resources that last for a long, long time. That is what you really like. You're researching, right? The awareness of how we can make this planet better and more habitable, and also more organic and recyclable. Then, of course, the Venus is your planet, the one that loves, and we like to eat roots and salty things, and on days like this we like to move our cardiovascular system. So for you, value is the main word, and for the balance is the justice, is the one side that says we want to be really honest with all the institutions. There is now an inspiration of making these institutions honest. So I already have one card of the mystical oracle, and this card is No Rain Today. And it is a beautiful day today, very fall feeling, but warm, beautiful bright sky and the sun, and it feels like you are very much inspired to hold this energy of beauty, of the sunshine, of bowing down and rising back up to the higher consciousness, to the sun, to the clouds, to all these elements that are above, which is what this air sign is doing. It's making you light. You are more heavy. That's why for me this movement to come up and to bow back down is an effort. It's, you need to do a movement, right? You are very strong in your energy. You like to be grounded. You like to be on the floor. The cow the holy cow is heavy, and of course here the elephant in the Indian tradition. So this influence of the sun onto you this month is giving you a lightness, is giving you going up into the air. Then I want to add one mystical shaman oracle. I already shuffled and I already split the deck, so I'm just gonna take the top card and we're gonna look what this card is saying. Wow, beautiful. The owl. The card number 39, which becomes then a 12, and a 12 becomes a 3. And it's the 3 stages, the 1, 2, 3 stages to go up, and the 1, 3 stages to go back down. The owl is a mystical animal, very powerful, very beautiful, and I'm going to read you the message of this card. The message of this card is first the essence. Owl is the master of the night. She can see situations with perfect clarity, more so when it is dark, and is able to discern truth when others are sightless. She helps you find your light and your lightness in the darkest moments of your life, and to embrace the night as your ally. Owl can bring you messages from the invisible world. She opens your ears so that you may hear the voices of the ancestors, and you may acquire their wisdom and make it your own. You are the earth, you are dark, you are the feminine energy. And together with this bright energy, which is very beautiful message, as that inhale I go up to the light, exhale I go down to the dark. Combining always dark and light, combining them. And here there is the message of light connecting with dark. So you see that the Libra, sun in Libra, is making the day bright, and moon in Taurus is bringing you back into the darkness. And it's a good thing. It's an equilibrium. It's saying, yes, within you, you have the breath of inhale, I go to the light, I go up into the air, into the sun. Exhale, I go back down into the dark. I go back down into where I can plant a seed. And together, they give you the message, yes, always combine the dualities, bring them together, because that's the only challenge that we are facing every day here in this planet. So the first message that comes with the tarot is that you are inspired by the stars. You inspired by the age of Aquarius that is slowly coming up on us. And you have an Aquarius here inspiring you. Then you have a King of Wands, a female King of Wands that is creating an energy, a spark. And then you have a Page of Swords, which is the youth, which is all 3 youth, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So there is an inspiration, a hope that comes to you either with a Leo or with a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. So this hope, this inspiration, this star is shining bright. This star, the sun, is a star, is shining bright, and you have two people inspiring you to stay in the light and to, of course, rotate. To, of course, know that in the day you have this beautiful energy, and in the night you also have this beautiful energy. Both of them are equal important. Both of them give value to the other. If we only have one, what do we know that we're actually in the one? When we're in the center, when we have the choice to come into the center, that's where we learn the most. That's where we learn that when we hold ourselves accountable in our own balance, in standing on our toes, balancing in front of Venus, of harmony, of love, then the people down here will understand the message. And so here you are, inspired through a fire sign and through an air sign. Now these are both masculine energies, and of course the Aquarius as well. So there's two air signs and one fire sign. The message below is that you have the Jupiter in Aquarius, the Seven of Swords. Then you have a Scorpio, and Scorpio is opposite of you. In the next reading, so it's speaking already, when the sun is in Scorpio, you will have your full moon. You will have your seed that you've planted in the Taurus month. That's when you had your new moon. In the new moon, we plant a seed. 6 months later, opposite your sign in Scorpio, you will have the flower grown, and you will have the biggest transformation, the biggest aha moment of another 7 in Pentacles, and that is Saturn in Taurus. You will have understood that holding on to things, that being in your mind, not as honest and as clear, because this is Jupiter in Aquarius. You have an Aquarius above you. This is this the holding on to a little bit of the messages that are not believing into the hope. A message that's saying, why aren't you totally trusting this transformation of the age of Aquarius? It's almost you're not really believing it. You're holding on to the cosmic egg. You're holding on to your dear life. Because when next month the moon, the full moon, is in your sign, the sun will highlight that full moon, and that's Scorpio. Scorpio, sun in Scorpio, will highlight you. This is the next month, your full moon, but Scorpio will highlight it. And here you have instantly Saturn in Taurus, and Saturn is the dark side. Saturn is the owl, is the labor, is the patience that you now are able to collect. Here you have 7 and 7 framing the Scorpio, the transformation or the death. So I don't see it like a death, I see it like a transformation. Where is it leading you to? To the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands is Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury in Sagittarius is saying, then you are flying up to this sun energy, to the light. You are flying up to the star, which is, the sun is a star. You are flying up to the hope. When you are letting go, when you are transforming this kind of thinking and trusting that the work you've been doing so far, the spiritual work that you've been doing so far, is now giving you the fruits, is now giving you this moment of looking down and seeing the 7 apples and the 7 apples on the floor is making you understand what's below is up and what's up is as well below. So you are realizing, understanding the message of day and night, the message of I can uplift myself, even if it's just for a moment, into a higher consciousness, into a higher spirituality, and I trust that, even if it's just for a moment. The 8 isn't infinite energy, is connected with the Leo, and there is a hope through the Leo maybe that's coming to you, because this is a court card, and the court card here saying this is a Leo, and of course the major arcana says this is an Aquarius, and here we have a young generation of an air sign, Aquarius and Libra and Gemini. So have a look in what is uplifting you. Is it Leo? Is it the star? Is it the sun? Is it an air sign? Or is it yourself? Are you uplifting through the action that you have taken to the going up, to go the spiritual path, and realizing the spiritual path is uplifting you? And that is a very strong message in itself. It's enough. We don't need more than that, right? So let's have a see what the invitation is saying to the owl. Look around you, notice every detail, and find the hidden messages brought to you by owl. Do not shoot the messenger. Be grateful to the friend who shows you what you have not wanted to see until now. Observe all the facets of the diamond without judgment. Remember that the facets you dislike are often mirrors of the parts of you that you do not want to recognize. Do not be afraid of the truth, as it will become your compass. You will, in the next full moon, transform. You will transform this negative thinking, right? Holding on to thinking that you only are right, you are only holding the egg of wisdom, holding here as well the apple of truth, the spiritual energy of the church. And in your next full moon, in the next month, you will let go of all of this. You will transform all of this, because you have the uplifting, the messenger. You have a messenger. Sagittarius is the messenger of the gods. He's connected with Mercury, and Mercury is all about communication. And there's a communication that will bring you up, that will uplift you, that will bring you up to the sun and to the owl. And so you have still a little work to do. You have still something to look forward, because we're never done. It's infinite. The work is infinite. The work is trust. Trust the higher consciousness. Trust the dark and the light. Trust these two opposite energies. And in the next full moon, which is happening in the next reading, I hope I see you then, you will understand so much more what this life is all about. Such a beautiful message. Well, I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when you have your full moon. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Namaste.